Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, place of Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus with 38 wins in a row. I got a marathon session today. P1SY. Mizzle. Yo, the stats are out of control. Look, hold on. I got a couple of different things on the go here. First off, you're looking at the DPS and you're going, lucky, you're not wrong. But secondly, can I draw attention to something? Dull Razor AAA battery. It means we can use Dull Razor once per room. Then, we have this weird egg. That means we can use weird egg once per room to do something. to create a friend? I don't know, it's weird. But Weird Egg is passive, which means we should be able to... I didn't do anything there. Which means we should be able to, you know, build on this over the course of the run. So yeah, like for the present moment, it's not necessarily accomplishing that much, but... I mean, I don't think this is going to be a dominant element on this run. This is just weird for me, because it's a pseudo-synergy I've never seen before. Not to mention the fact that we're, you know, to have all the pieces in place to build something like this instantly on an Eden run is unusual. And I think that that's an understatement to some extent. Now, the weird thing about Mysterious Egg, Weird Egg, whatever the heck you want to call it. Why does every roguelite have a Weird Egg item? Is it a reference to something? Why am I talking like Jack Nicholson? Is it a reference to... It's just a whisper. It's just an angry whisper. Sorry, I watched As Good As It Gets this weekend. Not Jack Nicholson's best movie. It feels very 90s. Like, it's very cheesy and almost like a little sitcom-like, but simultaneously a good performances and not a bad movie. I am going to take this for the rest of the floor, just for now. And we'll see where the world, you know, where we get struck from that point onwards. But it's unfortunate Jack Nicholson doesn't, you know, do that many movies in this day and age. But I was reading this interview with Angelica Houston. And she was like, I told Jack, because they used to be in a relationship or something. It's not about the drama, it's just about context, you know? She was like, I told Jack, you shouldn't be doing this garbage like the bucket list, you know? You're a good actor, you don't just have to be defined by the fact that you're old. And I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I mean, Jack Nicholson, he's probably the greatest living actor. But he's also an 82-year-old man. You know, there's not that many, there's not that many good roles in Hollywood for 82-year-old men, I think. Except for, you know, the Bucket List 3.0, or those movies where they like, we're old, but we're going to Vegas. That's right, The Hangover, but old now. Classic movie. Going Out in Style, I think it's called. I don't even need to see the movie. I already know. So I know it has like Alan Arkin, Michael Douglas, Morgan Freeman, and one other old man in it. I'm gonna be an old man one day, God willing. I'm not insulting old men just in general. But I get one of them gets a diagnosis, and then the diagnosis is like, well, you're gonna die because you're old. And then they go, let's get the gang back together and go to Las Vegas. And then probably at some point, it turns out hey, we got your chart backwards. It's all wrong, brother. Turns out you're gonna be fine. But he learned a valuable lesson about life just by going to Vegas in the first place. So I think I am gonna roll Box of Trinkets. I just, like, Dull Razor's cool, but it's not really doing much for us. And I think Box of Trinkets is just more interesting. Anyway, where was I going with this? I don't know. I mean, Blank Card is literally better, but Box of Trinkets is a little bit more fun, I think. See, I'm not just going for whatever's best. We got a great run statistically speaking. We might as well, you know, go for something that's cool here. I mean, with Weird Egg, we were basically just gonna create, like, I don't know, like hundreds of those weird red spires there. So I gotta tell you, from a video gaming standpoint, and I am gonna sack half a Spirit Heart to get that money. From a video gaming standpoint, I had a landmark weekend. You know, I'm not always high confidence about my video gaming skills, which is fair, you know? I mean, I've got 10,000 videos that attest to the fact that I'm not necessarily that good. But let me hit you with a laundry list, okay? There's gonna be some mild spoilers for some of the series I'm playing right now. If you haven't seen them yet, though, then, well, turn in your fan club card, okay? Beat Sekiro. Still some optional bosses left to clean up. Maybe we'll get there at some point if my mood improves. Let's open one. Let's open the other one. Okay, I'm willing. I don't think I want... I'm kind of over Bob's Brain, to be honest. I don't know if... I've been taking that item out of shame for a long time. I don't know if I'm part of that group anymore. I think I'm okay to just be like, you know what? Roast me for Bob's Brain if you wish. Hello, friend. It's like, we didn't get rid of Weird Egg. Look, it's still there. Helping us out. We got rid of Dull Razor, which wasn't doing much for us. Anyway, beat Sekiro. Great fight against the final boss. People have been pumping my tires. They're going, NL, you did an amazing job against the final boss. I did, but I did also, I mean, I went back. I never do this in this day and age, but I watched the video where I fought the final boss because I was like, man, I'm good. And then there was literally a point where, I don't know what I had done. Maybe I went for a heal or something, but it caused the hitbox to go like ethereal. So the boss hit me with a swipe that should have killed me, but it just passed right through me instead. From that point onwards, I was immortal. Well, not literally. Like, I just started playing very well. I was really hoping to get, like, Crystal Ball here, but it's okay. I would settle for a blood bag. Anyway. So, yeah, we haven't 100% Sekiro, but... will we ever? Probably not, no. Just to, you know, temper your expectations there in case you're marking your Google Calendar. Slay the Spire. One of the first games I've ever platinumed, you know, from a Steam standpoint. I have every achievement unlocked in Slay the Spire now. I haven't beaten A20 with every character on camera, but I've gotten all the achievements now. I got Feed this weekend, which took forever. And then the last achievement, spoilers, but the last achievement in Slay the Spire is get all other achievements. So, problem solved. I beat Resident Evil 2 Remastered. Now, you know, not necessarily that big of an accomplishment. I got a C rank and saved the game 85 times. And that's not... I beat it with Leon and then Claire. So I'm not, again, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, we played through the whole story of that game. I know there's like, you know, Leon B, Claire A, but let's be reasonable. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life playing Resident Evil Remastered every single week. It was a good time. And then, on top of that, I made a lot of progress in Gungeon, and I'm not going to specifically spoil anything, but it's been good. Plus, doing pretty well in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know. My gamer senses have activated this weekend. I'm just gonna leave, honestly. I'm not stoked with what we got on this floor. Life goes on. If I was a true coward, I would have taken blank card. This is how you know I'm on your side. Anyway, a surprisingly good weekend for video games. I didn't really accomplish much else, to be honest. And, you know, I'll level with you. The way that we got to the end of Sekiro, definitely, and I would say deservedly, but with a little asterisk. It rubbed some people the wrong way because they felt like I was blaming the game for my own mistakes. I understand. I mean, I disagree to some extent, but, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I know what I meant to say. What I actually said might have come across harsher to the game than my original interpretation. The only thing I'll say in my own defense there is I'm talking like, you know, 6 or 7 hours a day off the cuff while also playing some, sometimes mechanically pretty, some games that require a little bit of focus, you know? So, you know, I never say anything horrible, but definitely sometimes people are like, you know, hey, why did you say this thing that makes it seem like Sekiro sucks and you're a genius? And I'm like, I don't even remember saying that. That one came from the... There's two different styles of NL, okay? When I'm focusing on the gameplay, the brainstem is handling the discourse. When I'm focusing on the discourse, the brainstem's handling the gameplay. Anytime you see bad gameplay, just go, that's NL's brainstem. And anytime I say a joke that doesn't make coherent sense, you know, the premise doesn't compute, it doesn't go anywhere, just go, hey, NL's brainstem, I get you're working hard here, but that didn't make any sense, but I'm gonna cut him a little bit of slack. So Curse of the Unknown has got me freaking out here a little bit, but I'm just taking a deep breath. Yeah, we shouldn't have taken so much damage here, but life goes on. It should go on, at least for the time being. So we got a lot of bombs. Just use your noggin. Don't be a dummy. I think that would have gotten a secret room were it there. What's our win condition? What are we working towards? Well, I think we should go to the shop and buy a spirit heart if it exists. And I'm willing, you know, potato peeler is not really in the cards for us right now. I'm willing to go for this. Trinket Smelter is interesting for sure, but I think it's one of those, like, yeah, if we had infinite money, we'd get Trinket Smelter, smelt AAA battery, maybe try to work on some more trinkets, but not really in the cards for us right now. Instead, okay, fitting. Host hat is, its explosion immunity is the big one, which means, you know, in hindsight, it would have been nice to take Bob's brain, but, you know, that's one data point. I don't think you can glean, in all situations, a meaningful lesson from one data point. You know, you need at least, it's a hard and fast rule of science. Science needs to be repeatable. Can't just go off one study from 1975 that's since been debunked thousands of times, and the doctor involved with it lost his license for reckless practice. Not that I'm talking about anything specifically, Jenny McCarthy. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get political with the Jenny McCarthy stuff. I know. I'm looking for consumables, to be honest. I don't really want to fight the boss. I'm not concerned we're gonna die, but I'm concerned we could lose our angel/devil chance. I'm also taking this as an opportunity to hydrate. It's not really a hydrate. It's like, I mean, I'm drinking the protein shake right now. Yeah, I supplement. Okay? It's called plant protein. Look it up, sweetheart. Sorry, can we do that in the Jack Nicholson voice? Let's try again. 3, 2, 1, and action. It's called plant protein. That's not good at all. Look it up, sweetheart. It's not hydration. It's not caffeination. I felt the need to be specific. I did a new workout today. It's called 531 Big But Boring. And, you know, this is all, I'm learning very quickly. All fitness media, well, not all fitness media, but a lot of fitness media is not written by people like me, if that makes sense. You know, I'm like, I want to get to the gym so I can, you know, I want to live longer. You know, that's basically what my gym escapades boil down to. Every single gym program that comes highly recommended always starts, at least in my limited experience so far, with some kind of discourse that's like, do you want explosive power? Do you want to look better naked? And I'm like, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but you shouldn't be asking me that question. That's more of a question for, you know, my wife. I don't have eyes, you know, that peer into my midsection, thankfully. That's why I've removed all mirrors from my house. Do you want to have explosive strength out of the pocket? What are you talking about, dude? I work at a desk. We're starting to run into trouble on this run. Do you want to dazzle people with your broad shoulders? Not really. Like, but then, you know, I trust, I get it. It's the same thing, like, it's like car advertising, right? Like, a car is never like, they never do an ad like, it'll get you to the grocery store. Every automobile ad is like, you know, relive your youth with the 2019 Ford Fiesta. Dude, this run is falling apart. Please. That's interesting, but I'm begging you, drop me some consumables. You know, it's one of those things, the DPS started in an amazing position. By the way, so thankful for the weird egg turret that still to this day has not left us. But DPS started amazing, but then after a bunch of floors of, you know, extremely subpar gain, gotta accept that pretty soon we're gonna find ourselves, like, on this floor very quickly we could find ourselves in a bad spot. A key is not what we're looking for, dude. Okay, there we go. Our first huge upgrade, I would say. Cracked Crown is an extremely nice all stats up. I don't think it's too little too late. I think the time is right. I will take triple shot. We just got a huge rate of fire increase, so I don't know. I wouldn't describe it as a thoughtless decision. I hate to focus on Isaac the first video of the day. I'd love to get in the conversational groove, but things are getting a little touchy, dude. You won't hear me saying this too much, but I'd be super happy to just buy a red heart in there. I'll accept the spirit heart, which is actually even better, obviously, but... Okay, this floor... Hey, I gotta tell you, I think we're in a position where if I got a deal with... and obviously, like... No, thank you. Careful. If I got a deal with the angel, I would probably not blow up the angel statue. It's that touchy right now. Sorry. Oh no, we left Cracked Crown behind. Sorry, that's I forgot because of our belly button. We got some weird trinket rotations here. Really, it's just my fault. Anyway, okay, so I'm hoping that that is, yeah, this is what we want. I'm hoping that that is a second secret room with, like, you know, 4 black hearts would be a. It's okay. It's worth the bomb probably, but. And Gertie's not bad. You know, we've been down this road, I don't know, probably 1,100 times. I do want to deal with the devil, but, you know, the thing with the deal with the devil, yes, I'd love some offense, even though we got Cracked Crown, which is more than enough, you know, gain for 1 floor. We'd like to make up for the fact that, you know, we're still a little bit behind offensively, I think, and defensively for that matter. But I would also love the items, we are immune to explosions, so this is interesting, but we might prefer just something defensive, to be honest, and Celtic Cross, I mean, it sort of fits the bill. What changed, by the way? Why do I feel like I'll fight the angel statue now, even though I said earlier we wouldn't? Well, really, our rate of fire is like almost double thanks to Squeezy. That was really bad, but plus we have extra spirit hearts thanks to Squeezy as well. I really thought that would hit the blue fire without me getting involved. I think we should take this. We'll head down to the next. Oh, almost got hit there. That would have been embarrassing. Because we have explosion immunity, I think we can afford to take this for a little bit of extra damage. Love that. And then the idea is... we don't need a AAA battery anymore, because AAA battery, we loved it when we were trying to mill to a great trinket. We have a great trinket, and a trinket that is probably very good for us, and kind of uniquely good because of our explosion immunity. So I think, like, really, this is a really cool run, to be honest. It's just a, I definitely do want that. I'm willing to spend the spirit art to get it right now, too. Just an interesting puzzle box of a run. I don't know if it ever appears to you that this run had been tough. You just gotta take it from the horse's mouth, to be honest. The Flooded Caves 1 is the first time in a long time that I really found myself coming to terms with the fact that this could turn into a loss. Feel pretty lucky we didn't actually get there. It's always nice when you feel up to making a careless move, like to just walk on the spikes out of convenience. That's how you know your run's starting to come together. Did hear something back here. Single penny. Won't go to the curse room. It's still a little bit touchy. You know, in spite of our luck stat, from a consumable standpoint, we're not really... I mean, we're like a subsistence spirit heart farmer. We make enough money and enough keys to get a spirit heart per floor. That keeps us alive, and, you know, we rinse and repeat on the next floor. Hierophant's very nice. Keep in mind, I gave up blank card on this run to try to get cool trinkets. Now I'll go here, because we got 2 spirit hearts. It's also been like 3 floors, since we got a single red heart. Does that make any sense? I mean, we gave it up on the... Yeah, that was on the basement 2 that we gave up all these red hearts. This is a staggering lack of, you know, red HP. Now, we got enough blue to keep us going. But anyway, also a tinted rock. But no bombs. That's okay. I don't know, Tyrone modded my game to make it as difficult as possible or something over the weekend. Or maybe I've been playing other stuff and it's got me confused. Anyway. That's pretty much, I mean, that's my weekend. Wish I had more exciting stuff, but hey, you know, next, here, let me be the bellwether. This upcoming weekend, and the backlog is under a week. I'm recording this on a Monday, so I know that, you know, you got no excuse. This upcoming weekend is Mother's Day in my part of the world. I know that there are other parts of the world that do it like a little offset, but look it up. It's one of those holidays that sneaks up on you. But it's Mother's Day this upcoming weekend. So if you know, you're part of a family unit that celebrates that, you know, you should have a gift, etc., etc. Let me be the alarm clock that, you know, many times in my young adult life I wished I had. And I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a landmark Saturday, because not only is Mother's Day that Sunday, but we're going out on the Saturday with Kate's parents. On top of that, we got a dentist appointment. That's right, next weekend is gonna slap, dude. Routine cleaning and scaling. Plus, who knows, dude? Probably having a delicious Korean meal. I was gonna say on the house, but really I'm the house in this context. On me. That's okay. I don't, actually, you know what I was gonna say? I don't know if I trust this guy. The truth is, I don't trust this guy. However, who cares? Because, even if he explodes, he can't hurt me. Flanos isn't real. He can't hurt you. I gotta be honest, this is one of my favorite. 2019 has been a little bit more muted for memes, in my opinion. But, there's been some good ones, you know? Blank isn't real. He can't hurt you. Hitting, like, cultural, zeitgeist levels. I like it. I also like OS, here we go again. Can't say the word. Or Google will break into my house. My apartment. Let's be reasonable. Basically, I mean, it's not the most cerebral meme. But anything happens that happens frequently. Here we go again. I thought of a good meme. Feel free to use this. You can post this on the Mortal Kombat subreddit and get downvoted to heck. It's Cabal, the man who spins you around. I mean, here's the way the meme works, okay? So it's the same picture, here we go again, but the guy is facing into the camera because he got spun around. And you could put like a Sub-Zero mask or something on him. And then the title is like, when my opponent selects Cabal, you know? I'm not saying that that's going to be karma rich for you. I'm just saying that, but because the joke is that he spins you around. Look. I don't want to make the meme. That's hard work. I'm more of an idea man. I'll come up with the meme. You make it, and then we'll split. Here, I'll give you 50% equity in my content creation, specifically the meme division. NL Memes Incorporated. Please remove this shop from existence. Actually, you know, I think we're still happy with the flies, to be honest. This run is come together. 2020 plus triple shot. Rate of fire is fine. You know, we got a good thing going on here. There's no doubt about that. And the explosion immunity actually ended up, like, being super relevant in order to allow us kind of a stopgap measure to improve our damage by taking the Locust of War. So I'm actually really happy with the way it's gone. We did suffer temporarily. I mean, I genuinely probably would have given this run when we were down on the flooded caves. I would have given it like a 1 in 4 chance of being a loss. Maybe even more. Like, we were a couple of bad rooms away from pretty much complete oblivion. Now, we're not quite... I mean, we're close to guaranteed wins. We need, like, a little bit of a minor, you know, like, some accessory pickups. You know, like, our outfit's pretty good, but, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have a pocket square. The run's fine. We'll definitely get rid of Locust of War here to take just the straight damage upgrade. It's better than fine. You know what's weird about this run, though, before I finish that train of thought? And, you know, it's probably distracting, but anyway. It's my show. Almost all of our damage increases, in fact, literally all of our DPS ups come from trinkets. That is very unusual. So I'm not going to say that Box of Trinkets was the linchpin in holding this run together, because I also think, you know, Blank Card Hierophant Orbital is another path you could take to victory on this run. That we shirked. Baby shirk. You can... Shirk is a real word. You can look it up in dictionary.com. Anyway, the whole roundabout thing that I was going to say is I want a speed upgrade. There's a little, much ado about very little. I want a speed upgrade, and that would really be probably the most pressing thing that we could pick up, but I'm not willing to give up one of our trinket spots for it, for sure. Let's hydrate, or, you know, whatever you call it. I don't know, it's like basically drinking sand. Oh, but it's chocolate sand, at least. Still not, you know, an ideal choice of meal. Anyway, you get the idea. I wish I had more anecdotes, but I'm anecdoteless. The good news is, you know, we're in a rich anecdote month. Without a doubt, we're gonna be. You know, anytime, I'm sure like this weekend, we go out for Mother's Day, my nieces will be there. Anytime my nieces are around, we always get a couple of stories out of that. Kate and I are going away for a week. In the 3rd week of May, I think. You got a dentist appointment. I got to do a little bit more grocery shopping. Here's the grocery anecdotes have really stopped. They've lessened in frequency because all the grocery stores here have moved to like a self-checkout sort of situation, which is beautiful for my quality of life, but very bad for my quality of anecdote. I no longer I no longer get a lot of anecdotes, and plus I don't use the deli counter most of the time because I'm at the grocery store, you know, late enough that there's no deli worker, and I feel weird just waiting at the counter, and then somebody's like, do you want something? And I'm like, 100 grams of ham, please. I had a very weird situation the other day. It was, I guess, like a week ago. Sorry, I haven't recorded much Isaac this week. But, you know, I've said it a few times. I'm an idiopathic toe walker, you know? I walk on the balls of my feet, not really on the toes, but it's just is physiological due to like a shortened Achilles tendon, but also like habitual because it's just the way I've always done it. There are dozens of us, by the way. I was down in my building, you know, at the mailbox, and there was like building staff, and she looked at me and she said, "Are you working on your knees?" Which, first off, is a very strange thing for one stranger to say to another stranger, apropos of nothing at all. It sounds like they're implying something else, but I mean, so accordingly, I went, "Pardon?" And then she went, "Are you working on your knees?" And I went, "I don't think so." And then she said, "Oh, just because of the way you're walking, I thought you know, were working on your knees." Like, I think she meant like working out my knees. And I was just like, "Nah, this is just how I walk." And then there was I mean, it sounds like I work in or I live in a building with like 100 staff. There's literally like, you know, 2 people. And then the other dude happened to be there, and he was like, "That's just 'cause he's a cat person." And I went, "What?" And then he went, "No, wait, that's the other guy." And I went, "Well, I have cats." And he went, "That's right, I remember." And I'm like, it was just a very bizarre interaction where I couldn't tell if I was the one making it bizarre. But it definitely at first sounded like the lady thought I provided oral services, and then the gentleman involved thought maybe that I had a fursona. I don't know. It was just an awkward situation, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna get my mail and leave. They're nice people, don't get me wrong. It was just a very strange interaction. I felt like I was in like a Twin Peaks episode or something like that. Like, when you say he's a cat person, I'm not taking offense either way. I just find it humorous. Do you mean a person who has cats, or a person who is a cat on the inside? You know what I mean? It's fine, again, either way. I'm just saying, like, what gave you that impression? I don't know. How'd you get access to my internet search history? And also my LinkedIn profile. Anyway, it was just bizarre. That's my bizarre story for the past week. I forgot about that. I'm glad I got a chance to get that out. Sometimes you just have weird conversations with people. I'm sure I've told this, but it's probably been a couple of years. The one I always go to, like my classic awkward interaction, is I used to work at this is like the summer of my second year of university. I worked at a job and I did not like it, but I did it honestly, you know? And I'd worked, it was like a 10-week contract, and I'd worked there for like 6 weeks, just picture basically like an office. And the accountant who worked at the office came around to where I was working and was like, "Hey, like, I got this stuff, can you work on it?" And I said, "All right." And, you know, why did I say it like that? Great question. This is a story of me being awkward, by the way. It was 11 years ago, but still. And she goes, "Are you Australian?" And I went, "No." And then she said, "Are your parents Australian?" And this is where I should have said, "No." But what I said instead changed the nature of our relationship forever. I said, "I don't think so." Which is it is true, I don't think they're Australian, but also, I know they're not Australian, which is what I should have said. Instead, I said, "I don't think so," and I'm sure to this day, she thinks I was picked up at an orphanage, or, you know, adopted or something, which, again, there's nothing wrong with it, but that it is a misrepresentation of my family life. It's just a weird way to respond, you know? It's kind of like the ultimate, like, "Hey, have a good day at school. You too, bus driver. Oops." You know? "Enjoy your movie. You too, ticket terror. Oops." Can I tell you something? You know, if I ran a movie theater, I don't know if this is how it actually works. And I'm being sincere. I will never own a movie theater for a number of different reasons. but, you know, for the least of which is, I can't even imagine how much it costs to start up a theater. Secondly, all the local-owned theaters here run into financial troubles all the time. It just seems like a bad investment. I'd rather just have a home theater. Anyway, I'm not that passionate about the movie business. He lived. If I ever ran a theater, I don't even know if it's illegal to do this, like if the studios would be mad, but if you work in the theater, custodial staff, ticket checker, concessions, whatever, you get the right of first refusal to see the movie the day before it comes out. I was, you know, I'm glad we're past kind of like peak spoiler season for now. It seems like, at least. But I was thinking, you know, when we went to see Endgame, I was like, I don't even want to be in the theater until the movie starts, because I'm worried people leaving the theater are going to say something about the movie they just saw. To work in the theater is got to be inevitable, right? And I'm not saying, like, it's that big of a cost. Like, in terms of, like, labor conditions, you can do a lot worse than, oh no, a movie was spoiled for me. But simultaneously, that's gotta suck. I mean, you know, you're not necessarily making an incredible salary in the first place. And then also, you know, maybe you got a job there because you love movies. And then, you know, oh, I'm really excited for this movie, but I worked the early shift and then, you know, spoiler. That sucks. I'm just saying, here's the limit of my altruism, okay? If I owned the movie theater, all staff would have they will get a private showing the day before the first midnight release. That's my 2 cents, okay? Big ups to the theater workers who stand there and, you know, they have no choice but to overhear your spoiler-rich conversations as you leave the movie, even though they're seeing it themselves later that night. I hope that that's already a thing. I mean, it's like, again, there's bigger problems in the world. Yeah, but I was thinking about it, you know? On some level, who cares? But on another level, just let them watch the movie. Come on. I knew it. I had utmost confidence standing still was the right play there. It was a good run, and absolutely not going to do delirium. We got lucky enough just to make it to the end there. That's 39 wins in a row for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It's a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya.